But how did you get her to agree for a wedding anniversary to buy a sailboat? I suppose a lot of people would like to know the secret of that.
It's I don't know. One of the things is and I tell people is I've never tried to teach my wife to sail.
Uh-huh.
I tried to teach her to play golf, and that ruined golf for her. And so the only thing I do, okay, and this is my thing about women partners with boats. Okay, number one, it's not getting away if you have to cook and clean the whole damn time.
That's good point.
Okay, and so we got a grill, and I'm a good cook, and I do a lot of the cooking on the boat. So she's not a galley slave.
Okay, that's a good hint.
The second thing is I don't try to teach her anything about sailing. I just answer the questions she asks, and I keep the answers short, not a 30-minute lecture. Okay?
Another good tip.
Okay. Then when we get ready to do something, I say, there's a lot of wind, I'm going to have to yell. I'm not mad at you.
Oh yeah, emphasis, right?
Yeah.
Or over the wind.
You just tell her, I got to yell. So we get through this thing. And so she gets away, and so she loves to go sailing. This boat is a 2001 model, okay, and I have less than 300 hours on the engine.
That's great.
And the reason is, as soon as we get to the marker and turn out to the number one marker, she says, "Can you turn the motor off yet?"
Yeah.
I said, "I ain't got to sail."
Well, that's a good attitude. I like that.
She wants to sail, and the way we got into the boat is we owned respite over there, a boat with a torpedo on the back. And
hold on, I'm trying to see which one.
With the upside down horseshoe.
Oh, I see. That's an electric kicker on there. Is that right?
Kicker on there now,
is that a torpedo? Or?
Yeah, it's a torpedo. But we own that boat, and it's a 72 or 3 model. I can't remember anymore. But it was always work. It was always wet because no matter how hard I fought, it would always leak. And I kept filling and fixing and filling and fixing deck leaks and port leaks and every other leak. And so finally we said, and the problem is you can see how low it is. It's an IOR design boat by Gents Marine built it. Bill Lapworth designed it, and it was designed to the IOR early 70s rule, which required that you have 6-foot headroom.
Oh yes.
Okay. So what you have is an extremely fast sailing dinghy with a little doghouse to qualify for the rules. Big forward working deck and no standing headroom, even for my wife, who's only 5'4".
Oh, I see.
Except in the very center of the salon. And so we decided we wanted something a little bigger, and I was looking at a 70-something Erickson, and it had typical 70s shag carpet in it, and needed a lot of little stuff. It was a good sound boat. And she says, "You already got a boat you're working on all the time." So we walked down the docks, and there was a Catalina 320 there, and she said, "I really like those seats." Within a week, I'd found a deal on them. And mortgage rates were low at the time, and the boat...
So you bought her new?
Sort of. A guy bought the boat as part of a deal to make a hustle, and got stuck with the boat when the deal caved through.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so it was never titled.
Oh, I see.
But he had it for over a year, and so for tax purposes, it was a used boat, no sales tax.
Oh, that's great.
For insurance and mortgage purposes, it was new. It still had a styrofoam in the oven. It had been brought up here from Charleston and
wow.
and demonstrated to sell, but it never really been sailed.
Well, that's fantastic.
So it was, for all practical purposes, new.
And she looks to be well appointed.
Well, she's
everything you need.
There's always something more you want. I'm installing something.
Well, that's part of the love of ownership, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good thing that I've got at least some basic skills, and I don't have to hire everything out.
Yeah. Well, and that's part of sailing to me too, is being self-sufficient to a certain extent. Being able to fix things and and
I worked for a boat manufacturer back in the 70s.
Now, who'd you work
Back
for?
Seacrest Marine.
And where was that out of?
It was
Seacrest?
actually here in Washington. At the time I was living, my wife was a Beaufort County native.
And they were making power boats?
No, they were making these little, you probably see them around every now and then, these ABS plastic, injection molded, foam filled, 12 and 14 foot fishing boats.
Oh, I see.
They made a great boat. It was a wonderful design. There's still a lot of the boats around, but they got, they were one of 7 boat sister companies when the gas crunch hit in the early 70s. And
Yeah.
the fiberglass companies got all the money, and
Yeah.
and that one sort of folded because it didn't
Yeah.
have enough of a history there.
That was a big time of a big clean out of a lot of small builders. I mean,
Some boats are still around. Mark Twain, Wichita Bass boats were in the family, so it was a pretty good sized conglomerate. A couple of those are still around.
all right. Well, thank you so much for taking time for sharing
My pleasure.
your boating history with me. It's great.
Well, the short story anyway.
Okay. Thank you. Have a great day.